I've been day trading for a little over a year now. And one thing that I've realized that I'm sure many people will agree with is that it's a really simple thing, except it's really hard to do. What I mean when I say it's a really simple thing is you come to the market with a strategy that works over a large period of time or a lot of trades, and that is all you have to execute to profit with the market. All you have to do is you have to have a strategy with criteria, and then you have to show up every day and basically execute that strategy like a bot. If it's a winning strategy or if it's a profitable strategy, then obviously it will yield profits as it's executed over time. So when I say it's very simple, I mean it's simple in the sense that you have your strategy, you only do that strategy, and you make money. What makes trading so hard is the human nature and the human error aspect of it, because if there wasn't any such human nature or egos or anything, then one, we would pretty much be robots, obviously, but you'd be able to execute a strategy perfectly, and you would be able to be in the market when you're supposed to and not be in the market when you're not supposed to. So it's like the human element is really what complicates everything. The emotions, the egos, and that is really the hardest part I find with trading, especially for myself at least. I can only speak for myself, I guess, but in the last year, I've taken so many winning trades, I've taken so many losing trades. I've had 4 or 5 profitable months. One thing I can say that clearly separated the profitable months from the unprofitable months was my ability to follow my rules, stick to my plan, and basically just show up to the market with no intention to do anything, no intention to make money. I just literally show up, and all I focus on doing is executing my strategy, following my plan, and that's it. And there are still months where I slip up and I do the opposite of those things, and I will take stupid trades for stupid reasons, and obviously I will end up giving profit back to the market by doing that. But it's like, I'm at the point in this journey where, to me, it's very clear that as long as you have a strategy that is actually profitable over time, over a large set of data, as long as you can execute that based on the entry criteria, and you leave emotions out, you leave the ego out, and you literally just show up every day with zero intention to make money, that's all you have to do. That's what I mean by it's so simple, because it really is simple. Like, you do what you're supposed to do, and that's it. And sometimes you'll go a few days without even having a real entry, and like, that's hard for your brain to process, because you come to the market to make money. Like, we all want to make money, but that's the last thing that you should have an intention on doing if you want to be successful. At least that's what I've felt like. That's what I feel like I've gathered from my journey so far. So I've been really good about tracking my data the entire journey, and I think it's easily the most important part of the process. If you start out, is tracking your data, reviewing your data, and knowing what you do wrong and knowing what you do right, and just like figuring out what conditions you're supposed to trade in, what conditions are you supposed to stay away from, and just like knowing all of your data. That's obviously, it sounds stupid to say, but that's like easily, like, that will give you the most insight on your trading. I couldn't even imagine if I traded for the last year and didn't track and review my data. Like, there's no way I would have a single clue or bit of confidence, probably to this day, entering trades. Like, what I'm working on this year is just sticking to building the good habits and not letting the bad habits infiltrate my trading. Like I said, because it's so clear based on my data that whenever I just do what I'm supposed to do, it all works out. It just falls into place. Like, it's simple. It's just really hard to do whenever you have these little, your brain will take all the information that you give it and it wants to make money. Your brain is solving problems and it will create connections that are it will create flawed connections for you. What I'm trying to say is you are prone to the human error of wanting to do things that are outside your rules or your trading strategy. And that's completely normal. Obviously, everybody's going to face that no matter what part of the journey you're in. That's going to be something you deal with the entire time. At least that's what I've gathered from many different traders who are successful. That's something that doesn't really go away. You have to keep fighting it and you have to continue to manage your human error as time goes on. So I've just been reviewing all of my winning trades versus my losing trades over again. And I've done that multiple times, but I've been doing it. I've been really going back in time with the data lately, and a lot of my winning trades are like, I'm really confident in them when I enter because I have real criteria that I see that causes me to enter the position. And in turn, I feel really good like immediately as soon as I take the position. Where there's also trades that I'll put on and I feel nervous or won't feel confident in the trade. And it turns out after looking at all my data that most of the time, the trades that I'm not confident in, they are not backed by quality entry criteria, or they're just stupid trades in general. It's a really easy concept to grasp when you look at it in hindsight, but it's really hard, I feel like in the beginning, to keep that mindset when you're trading the live markets, because like I said, your brain is solving problems. That's how it works. So it wants to make money, and in turn, it will look for even the smallest of signs that you should be in a position, which may not really even be signs to be in something. A lot of the times your brain will kind of trick you into taking a risk, and you know deep down that that's not a risk you should take. So yeah, like trading is just really simple. It's just really hard, and most people cannot control themselves. Like, it's really hard to control themselves. I'm not trying to say that those people are below me, because I do the same thing. I deal with the same stuff. Like, there's countless entries that I put on over the last year that had I not put them on, I would be up so much more money. Like, I could probably tell you that honestly, from my data, I would probably say easily 80% of my losing trades were due to like really stupid reasons to take a trade. Like, no entry criteria, or the entry criteria isn't good enough. Just like completely stupid reasons to take trades. Those are probably what make up 80% of my losses. The key to this whole thing is just trading with good habits and staying out of the market when you know you're supposed to stay out. Having really clear criteria that makes you take a trade that you can at least be very confident in, because there's nothing that feels better than when you put a trade on and you just feel like super confident because you know, based on all of your data and everything that you've already seen, that the probability of it working out is like so much greater than a trade that you just force because you think you're gonna get a bounce at VWAP or like some stupid reason like that. In my whole year of trading, I've had 4 profitable months, and each one of those months I've taken less trades because my entry criteria tells me to. Like, I don't get the entry criteria, so I don't take the trade. I show up every day with the intention to just follow my strategy and follow my rules, and that is literally all I do. Like, my worst months have been, main theme of the months are breaking rules, over trading, not taking trades that are based on my playbook with no entry criteria. And those, like, I deserve those months because I deserve to learn the hard way that I'm not going to be able to have a successful career unless I treat it like a professional would. And when you treat it like a professional would, you only do what you're supposed to do, right? So it's like, I can just give you guys a quick example. For those of you guys who have been following me, you saw all of this, what I'm about to say, but like, so in August, I passed a 150K funded account, and September, I had my best month of trading. I did like 34R, and the literal entire month, I was just, the only thing I cared about was waking up, following my plan, and sticking to my strategies. And that is like, I did it religiously. Like, that is the only thing I focused on. I did not care about the money. It was strictly that. And I did 34R that month, and it was just like, by the end of the month, it was boring. Like, I was like, this is really all it is. Like, you just do what you're supposed to do, and that's it. And it was really funny because most of the days that month, I remember myself showing up to the market and just being like, I don't even want to take a trade. I had basically no intention of even putting a position on. That kind of led to me filtering out all the really low quality entries that I might have taken had I not been in that mindset. And like, what it did was, I would be just sitting there watching, just like as if, I was obviously looking for opportunities, but I had no intention on trading at all unless I saw something. That pretty much in turn led to me only taking setups that I was like, I would see something set up and I'd be like, all right, I have to take this, because I would literally be stupid to not take this, because it was just so like clear, it was so obvious. And yeah, that's probably why I had such a good month, because most of my trades, my best trading days are like 1 or 2 trades, never more than 3 trades. If I have more than 3 trades, chances are it's gonna be like a break-even day, or like just a bad day. But all of my best days over the entire year, they are all the days where I only have 1 entry and then I walk away. So those were most of the days in September, were days I only had 1 entry. And I guarantee you, it's most days I showed up and I legit did not care if I took a trade at all. And that was on my funded account. And basically, I ran that funded account up to like 5,600 in profit that month. And I remember this because I was in Pittsburgh and then I came back to Dallas with my funded account. I took a payout for like $800, and I was planning on building that account and just keep building it up, right? And I remember I don't know why I got back to Dallas, and like all of that showing up with the intention to trade based on my rules only and based on my entry criteria, all of that kind of like, I really don't know what happened. It went out the window, and I was kind of just like, I was overly confident from having such a good month. And I remember the first day I started trading in Dallas, it was like the first day of October, like the first week of October, I hit my maximum daily drawdown, which was like 3K. And I legitimately took, I think it was 12 losing trades in a row, like back to back to back. And if you guys follow me, I'm transparent in the journey. Like, I tell you guys what my flaws are. One of them is getting stopped out and re-entering. What I'm saying is, the first day I broke my rules, I damn near blew my account, and I ended up blowing it like within 2 weeks. And it kind of just like messed my whole psychological approach up. But what the real root cause was, is the whole month of September when I built that account up, I was only trading how I was supposed to trade. My rules, my plan, my entry criteria, that was it. I did not care about putting entries on. I showed up to the market and I legitimately did not care if I traded or not. Like, I did not care. And I can tell you for sure in October, I was like, I guarantee you that day I woke up and I was like, oh, I can't wait to trade. I can't wait to make money. And just like the worst possible mindset you could come to the market with. So the lesson in this video, if you guys couldn't already tell, is just basically that it is simple, but it's hard. All you have to do is follow your rules and act basically let the market tell you what to do. And that's why it's simple, but it's so hard to do that because it's so easy to get caught up in wanting to make money or any psychological human error that you can really think of. But let me know in the comments if you agree, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.